Hi, I'm Kathy Cassidy. I'm a clinical forensic therapist, and today's video is part of the series of different types of sex offenders. Today will be about the term pedophile, the true meanings. In my videos and in this whole thing, I will use the word pedophile loosely. It won't be the actual definition. The actual definition is a pedophile is defined as a recurrent, intense, sexually arousing fantasy, sexual urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with a prepubescent child, typically under the age of 13. Some pedophiles say that they only have thoughts and urges and their sexual attraction is to a child. There are supposed to be these other subset of pedophiles that actually act on it, that actually do molest children or rape them or whatever term you want to use. The ones that are acting on it are the ones that go to jail or prison if they're caught. So there's something called a non-contact victim, which means these are kids who are in child porn. When someone is watching child porn, they might consider, which I saw this in my work frequently, saying I never laid my hands on a child. It was only, they're not allowed to use the word only because that minimizes it. It was only child porn. And actually the charge for watching child porn is tends to be a bigger charge because it's a federal offense. It's actually more punished than a hands-on crime. A pedophile is someone who's attracted to children, basically. In their brain, that's who they're attracted to, and in group I would talk with them about me, for instance. If I'm attracted to a 6 foot tall man with blonde hair and green eyes, and that's kind of the type of man that I would look for, that's what I'm attracted to. And then one day that became illegal, it would be very hard for me to stop. If the law tells me I can't like this type of person, but that's in my brain, my heart, my chemistry, that's who I'm attracted to, it's illegal now. So of course I'm not gonna tell people that's what I'm attracted to because it's taboo. As awful as it is, you could empathize with someone if that's their genuine attraction. Obviously there's a problem. In our culture, in our society, we do not accept that. There are groups that fight for rights and think it should be legal, but this time, this day, thank God it's not legal. This is what they're stuck with. Inside they are kind of battling their genuine attraction and fighting the urge not to act on it. And some of them don't care at all, and they just do what they want to do, and they don't care who gets hurt because they don't view it as hurting the child. The majority of the offenders that I worked with actually were pedophiles, not adult rapists. That's just, you know, that moment in time when I was working for the department, what I worked with were the pedophiles. So I do have a story to share, story meaning a crime that was committed by an offender that I met while he was on parole during sex offender therapy. He was an older man who walked with a limp. When I say older, I mean like in his 60s. With those things comes this weird trust that's given by society. People who have compassion and empathy tend to kind of want to help or feel sorry. He was a serial sex offender, specifically a pedophile, and he was in charge of babysitting his niece. This man, he started molesting the baby. She was a newborn baby. He grew an attraction to the baby very quickly, a physical attraction, and he was very open with this in group, and that's part of this type of group. Even in group, knowing what he was there for showed the level of his dedication to pedophilia, for lack of better words. He really started to believe in a very short time that this baby loved him. It loved him in an intimate way. He did consider her his girlfriend, and he did believe there was an intimate love, not an uncle niece love. And I asked him why he thought that, what made him think that this little baby could possibly be attracted. And he said because when she would cry, I would pick her up and she would stop crying. So in his mind, that meant that she loved him. And she obviously needed him because something was wrong. She needed any adult to care for her. But in his pedophilic mind, which we call thinking errors and distortions, he believed that she cared. And as she got older, into her early toddlerhood, she would need bottles and she would be able to walk to him. And anytime she came to him for some care or to play, in his mind, that was more validation that this baby was in love with him. The pedophiles out there are going to relate to this story and probably not like it because they think it's true. I was happy, and so was the group and my boss at the time in group, to continuously work with this pedophile to explain to him the difference of reality and the basic needs of a child. But he did not believe that all the way until I wasn't working there anymore. Till the day I left, he really believed in his heart that that baby was his girlfriend and she loved him, was in love with him, and he was in love with her. These are true stories. These are real things that happen. They don't always make the news. Not to scare you, not to alarm you, keep you aware and mindful. That's it, thank you.